Do you know me? You've seen the billions, the headlines, the companies, the image of success that looks almost impossible to reach. You've seen rockets, interviews, power, influence, a man who built one of the biggest companies on earth. But what most people never saw was how uncertain everything looked in the beginning. Because before the success, before the empire, before the world knew my name, I was just a man with an idea that sounded completely ridiculous to almost everyone around me. My name is Jeff Bezos, and long before Amazon became part of everyday life, I lived a very different reality. I was fascinated by ideas, systems, and possibilities. I loved understanding how things worked and imagining how they could work better. That curiosity shaped the way I saw the world. While other people looked at limits, I kept thinking about opportunities. And when the internet started growing in the early days, I saw something most people ignored completely. At the time, the internet felt small, uncertain, almost experimental. Most people didn't understand it. Some thought it was just a trend that would disappear. But when I saw the numbers growing, I realized something important. This wasn't small. This was going to change everything. And once that idea entered my mind, I couldn't ignore it anymore. The problem was, acting on it meant risking the comfortable life I had already built. I had a stable career, a high-paying job, security, the kind of life people spend years trying to achieve. Walking away from that made no sense to most people around me. Some thought I was making a huge mistake. Others quietly assumed I would fail. And honestly, there were moments where even I felt the weight of that fear, because leaving certainty behind for an idea nobody fully understood is terrifying. But I kept thinking about one question. What would happen if I never tried? What would happen years later if I looked back and realized fear stopped me from building something meaningful? That thought stayed with me more than the fear of failure itself. So I made the decision. I left my job, stepped away from stability, and started building something from almost nothing. No guarantees, no roadmap, just belief, obsession, and a vision that sounded crazy at the time. Amazon started in a garage. Small team, long hours, endless uncertainty. There were no signs that this would become a global empire one day. In fact, most people still didn't understand why buying books online even mattered. But I wasn't focused on what the business looked like in the moment. I was focused on where the world was going. And every single day we pushed forward, slowly, quietly, relentlessly. And the truth is, success didn't happen overnight. There were years of pressure, criticism, financial risk, and moments where failure felt dangerously close. People laughed at the company, investors doubted it, the market crashed at one point, and billions disappeared. To many people, it looked like the dream was collapsing. But when you truly believe in something, you learn to survive uncertainty longer than most people can tolerate it. Over time, everything changed. Amazon grew beyond books, beyond expectations, beyond what almost anyone imagined possible. What started in a garage slowly transformed into one of the most powerful companies in the world. And it wasn't built through comfort. It was built through risk, through long-term thinking, through the willingness to look foolish while everyone else doubted the future you could already see in your mind. But looking back now, the biggest lesson was never really about money. It was about courage. Because most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because fear convinces them not to try. Fear of embarrassment, fear of uncertainty, fear of losing stability.
And sometimes the difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one is the decision to move forward before anyone else believes in your vision. So, do you know me now? Or are you still only looking at the billions without understanding the risk that built them? If this story inspired you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also loves unforgettable stories. See you in the next Who Am I?